Bread Uprising is a community-supported bakery, and what that means is it's a community of people that have come together with a common understanding of the fact that the industrial food system doesn't work for us or for our communities, and that we all deserve to eat food that feels good for us and that feels good for our heritage and that is good for the land and is good for our broader society. And we're trying to figure out ways to do that.
Put some in for ourselves that we don't necessarily eat, and then the recipes always make a few extra anyway. Hey, welcome. How you doing? Come on.
How's it going? Hello.
How you doing?
AJ.
Hey, I'm Taylor.
Nice to meet you.
We bake bread for a community of folks who get it. We're trying to be daily bread for folks, and we're also trying to build in other experiments of different ways that we can support each other besides money and centered around food. And then we're also trying to be sort of a community institution, a place where these conversations around food and community and justice can happen, and also a place where analysis and knowledge and art and poetry can come out of. And so that's part of why we do a zine every week, and it's also why we hold this the space that we're in right now as a place that anybody can come and visit on Mondays during bake days, or anybody can come to pick up. And we try to also schedule different kinds of conversations and study groups and things like that around those issues.
So we started Bread Uprising about 1.5 years ago, and from the beginning when we started it, we wanted to make sure that we had a business license, we wanted to make sure that we were paying our sales tax, we wanted to make sure that the name was registered and that we had a bank account and we're doing our bookkeeping correctly and all of this stuff. And we also wanted to be building a base of knowledge for other folks in our community to be able to be a resource to people, because we didn't know how to do a lot of that stuff before, and we wanted to make sure that, you know, if other folks coming up wanted to do something similar, that we would be able to help folks through it and be able to gain that information.
We've both been members of some other credit unions that didn't have small business accounts, and we looked at other banks, and they charge fees that we didn't want to have to pay. They just had really bad terms on their accounts, and it just didn't feel good. And so it was like, oh, this is something we might have to do as last resort. But then we went to the Latino Community Credit Union.
¿En España?
Sí, como quieras.
¿Qué necesitas hacer?
Okay. Tengo que depositar unos cheques y un poco efectivo en nuestra cuenta.
Folks were actually really helpful. They had just started a small business program, and we were actually, I think, the first folks to sign up for a small business account, which was really lucky, actually, that we had come in that day and here was this resource available. And it's just been a great experience. It just feels, Nolan and I always talk about how it just feels right to walk in there, the way the space is. It just feels like a really good space to be in, to be depositing the checks that people have written us as part of this community.